All right, guys, Rooster here in Tennessee, and got a piece of equipment up for sale. Bird 43 watt meter, pretty good shape. This one has the Watts Electronics peak kit, multiplier kit in the side of it. I don't use these myself. I use a real Bird 43P just because when you use these multiplier kits, people like to raise questions and ask about the accuracy, and you get a little bit more doubters out there and stuff. But when you use a real Bird 43P, there's not a whole lot, people can say. You still get some people every now and again, but I've had 3 or 4 of those, Bird 43Ps, and they all read really close to the same. Now, the multiplier kits, sometimes you'll get them, they're inaccurate. We're going to test this one, see how accurate it is, how they work. We've got a 50 watt slug in there right now. Excuse me. So we're looking at the middle scale. Now how this works, you turn that switch and your peak kit's now turned on. You go up here and it's going to multiply this slug times 2. So we go from reading the middle scale, which is a 50, to reading the bottom scale, which is 100. 2 times 50, 100. So we go to the 100 watt scale. Back in the middle, we're on the 50 again. And then down here in the bottom is a 5 times multiplier. So we go from reading 50 to 250. So what does that mean? It means we'd go back up to the top scale, because the top scale reads, 25, 250, 2,500, 25,000, and so on. So that's how this thing works. Just give you a little preface on it before we get the video started here. First thing I want to do is kind of test the accuracy just of the meter in standby position, reading average power. Now, we're using a radio that I've used many times. People kind of know what it does. Generally shows anywhere from 35 to 40 PEP and 9 to 10 watts average. So let's see how this one reads, how it stacks up. We're going to look at the 50 watt scale. Audio. So about 9.5 to 10 watts average. We're looking at that middle scale there. I've got a 100 in my other meter. The 100 watt and the 50 watt do read just a little bit different, so expect a little bit of variance there, but it should read pretty close. Hello, audio. It's actually reading about dead on. So all I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to go to peak, and we're not touching this switch. We're just going to read it as it is, a 50 watt slug, 50 watt scale. Audio, 1, 2, 3. Audio, audio, audio. If I get the camera aimed right there, about 34 watts or so PEP, give or take, with the right tone. 30 to 35 watts. Now we're on the 100 watt slug, so we're looking at the bottom scale. Audio, audio. It's reading about 38, 39 PEP. Check, 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 audio. 1, 2, 3, check, check, audio. So that lets us know that scale reads pretty close, that they're reading pretty close there with just reading the 50 and then reading the 100. What I want to do now is flip it up and see how true it stays to the actual scale. So now we're going up to 2 times. So we're going to be reading the 100 watt scale. I should have said going down, but we're going up in power, down the scale. So we're going from the 50 down to reading on the 100 watts scale. So 20 is 20 watts, 40 is 40 watts. Audio, 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 audio. And reading about 35 right there. So right between that hash mark that's not numbered, which is 30, and 40, which is going to be about 35. And so now all I'm going to do is go all the way in the down position. And now we're reading 5 times. So that means we're going up in power and going up on the scale here. So we're going up to the 25 watt scale, or 25, 250, 2500. So the 5 is going to read 50, the 10, 100, 15, 150. This first hash mark over here, the large one, is going to be 25 watts. So let's see how we do. Audio, 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 1, 2, 3, audio, 1, 2, 3, audio, 1, 2, 3, audio, 1, 2, 3. So it's showing between 25 and 30. So when you go to this scale, it's actually reading a little bit tighter. So, you guys be the judge. You can save a lot of money by getting one of these multiplier kits put in. Again, this whole outfit's for sale. I'm going to put this one on the website. It may actually already be on there by the time this video goes up. But everything, works good on it. Again, the only reason I use one without a multiplier kit is for legitimacy. people want the real deal all the way when you're testing stuff on it. So the power difference readings between the two are very small, and that could even be the meter movement. You guys notice this has got different meter movement in it. Both bird meter movements, real meter movements, but a little bit different. This might be a little bit older meter. So there's the top of it there. But the peak kit's working. I mean, it's working the way it should. It's pretty accurate, I would say. You know, compared to this one over here, there's not a lot of variance between the scales on it, so it's working the way it's designed to. And if you're looking to save some money and get a meter that you can use one slug and do multiple different power readings with, you know, for an example, you get a 500 watt slug. You could read up to 2,500 watts with that. You could do, you know, 500, 1,000, and 2,500. If you got a 1,000 watt slug, you could obviously use that for, let's see, well, it would be, I'm not really sure how that works on the 1,000 watts. So you multiply it times 2, that'd be 2,000. I don't know if it wants you to go ahead and jump up to the 2,500 watt slug or not. But obviously 5 times a 1,000 watt slug would be the middle scale, would be 5,000. So, but yeah, you can use one slug for multiple different things. You like I said, use this 50, and we used it for 100 and a 250. So it works well for that. Save you some money on some slugs, save you some money on the meter, and that's it. Appreciate it, guys. Rooster in Tennessee. Questions, comments, shoot me a text, 423-299-3535, roostercb.com. Everybody have a good one. See you, bye.